What did you make of the remarks that Vice President Harris made regarding the carve-out of the filibuster?
I think I've been very clear my whole career is that the 60-vote threshold that we basically operate under in the Senate is essential for us to maintain the type of type of longevity we need in our bills, the type of security in our bills, and basically how we do business. It makes us different any place in the world. We're the most deliberate body in the world. So I've been very, very, very clear on how strongly I believe that when you go down that slippery path, you don't just do it for one issue. There's so many important issues that people have. What's important to me might not be important to you, and vice versa. So anyone says, well, I'm just going to eliminate the filibuster or the 60-vote threshold for this one subject. Well, Harry Reid tried that with just the district and circuit courts, circuit judges, and then the Republicans came back and did it for the Supreme Court. So once you start down that in policy and on policies, you have everything under the sun thrown at, and it'll just dissipate. And then you flip-flop back and forth. You have no continuity whatsoever and no stability in what we do here.
Also, would you endorse her for president then?
I'm not endorsing. I'm not endorsing anybody.
Whoa. Joe Manchin is not endorsing Kamala. But, I kind of figure he'd do something. She's going to have to kiss his butt or either let it go. But what he just said is he doesn't want somebody to, on a whim, be able to change the way this government runs. This government is set up to make slow, deliberate turns and not to have somebody get frustrated, even on abortion. Or whatever the Republicans might come up with that might be so strong in him. He's saying no. I stand by. Now, that's one of those guys who believes in the Constitution, believes in the way this country is set up, and believes in staying that way, remaining as racist as it ever been, not changing anything. He's being very clear. If you stick to the Constitution, if you stick to the rules of the Senate, if you stick to the rules of the House, you will be upholding racism. If you go against them, then you are ready to change. You're trying to change things. But as long as you are upholding that with an iron fist and you're not trying to make slight deviations or changes, then you're rejecting progress. And he really ain't about to let Kamala do nothing crazy like that. He's being a safeguard. He's the one raising his hand saying, whoa, hold on. I know you guys are getting real chummy with her, but she is to be watched still. Her people down there on the ground don't trust her, and she's still working with us. Joe picked her up, and she's been on a free ride for 4 years, and now she got to do some work. And this guy here is going to be a problem for the Democratic Party at all times. He's always doing his own thing. And you think they would caucus with him and sit him down and be like, we ought to figure this out. We got to come out of this looking like a unified party, especially in an election this important. It ain't that important to Joe Manchin. Apparently, Joe Manchin isn't afraid if Trump wins because he just pulled his endorsement from Kamala Harris and walked off. And that's just the way it is. We're all arguing and wondering what's she going to do with Hamas. Is she going to bring up reparations? What is she... Kamala Harris is a closed book. She is trying to, and then when she does start talking, she makes mistakes and offends people. It wasn't going to take long for him. He was going to figure out something to shut it down and revoke his endorsement. It was no way he is going to go through this. I didn't even think about Joe Manchin. And usually you get in office and then he start trying to slow down your programs and your policies and your ideas. But shit, he's about to start trying to pull for some political capital now. And he got the leverage. She's coming down the stretch. Is she willing to pretend that it doesn't matter or it didn't happen, and people who are like-minded, people who think like him, hey, you know what? We can't let her do that just to get aboard, because that'd be a foot in the door, and then they could come back and bite us with the Republicans or with our own party or with some new sweeping change that comes through. Look at the squad. They came in with a agenda and a sweeping change. And they got in there and they found out how that shit is like trying to take honey uphill in the winter. It's moving very slow. And they were like, and they started to single them out, and some of those members started to feel defeat, and some of the Republicans were going at them so hard, and the Democrats were backing them up. They started going, oh boy, yeah, you got to get on board or you got to get out. You are not going to come in this government and change it unless you're Donald Trump, a once in a generation kind of a thing. We ain't never seen nothing like this. We don't know where he's going. I'm kind of excited. I hope that he lose and Kamala lose. But this is the most exciting time in my life, and we've had some stuff we've gone through. But politically, this is up there. I mean, we thought Reagan routing old Carter back in the day. I think I was in the 10th grade. Oh my God, that was such a man. Please, this is what Trump has done to the Republican Party. To have the last vice president that was Republican prior to his little guy Pence is endorsing a Democrat. I mean, that's like just 3 elections removed, and this dude's jumping sides. What is going on? Well, keep our own Manchin, guys. This guy here is going to let it be known what it is he wants. And if he don't get it, it don't really bother him, apparently. He's ready to stand his ground and be a hard-noser and support the racism of this democracy and not let it ever change or move on. There are people like him in there, and we got to get them out and replace them so that we can have this country work the way it's supposed to for everybody. And it can truly be a opportunity economy. All right, guys. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.